Zion manufactures saviors. That's where they come from. They don't come from APC. They don't come from PDP. They come from Zion. You want to ask the Lord and say to him, let that star. The first war we have in Nigeria is the tribal differential war. If you take a look at Tanzania, you will find out that where you come from doesn't influence whether or not you will win elections. The people don't care where you come from. They don't know where you come from, and they will never hope to know, because in their eyes you are a Tanzanian. Unfortunately, in Nigeria, the first thing we'll ask is he an Igbo man? That's the presence of the theodolite, the measuring instrument that is designed to produce dichotomy. We also have another war, which is a religious war. And I think that's the strongest war. It was built with iron, and some parts of it are brass. And so when we begin to talk Nigeria, religion is a factor. Meanwhile, there was once upon a time in this country where the president and his able support were Muslims. And it was not a challenge. We still went on as a nation. But you see, there are so many fault lines and so many walls that have been built that are threatening our corporate destiny. But Jerusalem shall be what? A city without war. So if we are talking about the template of the new Nigeria, we are talking about a detribalized people. A people that are fused, they know that they are fused into one corporate persona by the sovereignty of God. And what is supposed to be the strength of these people is their diversity and their capacity to translate the uniqueness that is inherent in these constituent diversities to form a mosaic of salvation for our people. We want to pray in the moment of time, and we insist on the utterances of the prophets that Jerusalem will be what? Now listen, somebody in the congregation is challenging me, and I can hear the person's thoughts. The person said, but the wall they are building is for security. The reason for walls is to secure. That's why I want to introduce verse 5. For I, said the Lord, will be unto her a wall of fire. That means God has a security strategy that doesn't include your human walls. I will be unto her a wall of fire round about, and I will be the glory in the midst of her. I will not only provide security through fire, I will be the reason, the essence of her existence. I'll be around her and I'll be within her as the reason for her uniqueness, the reason for her strength. Oh my God. The only thing that can cancel out the wars, there's so many wars we have, is Jehovah himself becoming our identity. We want to ask Jehovah, spread yourself over Nigeria. Spread yourself like a garment that cannot be thrown off. And let all the walls that have been raised, that is about to threaten our corporate destiny, come under judgment this moment. Can you raise your voice? It's a season of travail, and God has spoken to us that as soon as Zion travails, she will bring forth her children. There are several things that God has spoken, utterances that have gone forth that we have not seen the manifestations thereof, but God is saying that Zion holds the trigger. Travail will be the trigger that will launch the performance of the things that God has said. Jerusalem shall be a city without walls, where an Igbo man will not be a threat to a Yoruba man. A Yoruba man will not be a threat to a Hausa man. Where we realize that it is God that gave oil to the Niger Delta. constituent parts and region will look inward to find what God has deposited, so that we can begin to seek actualization within the context of the deposits of God that he has made available by reason of the manifest dimensions of his sovereignty. Jeikopetuska mezila maturia brasketo kopete keskuta melakunda braikom basaka pates kopreskete kumpala bramansketo beleso sela. Take your theodolite home. Take your measuring instrument home, because Jerusalem shall be a city without walls, a civilization without barricades, without fault lines that can be exploited by the enemy. We speak life to our nation, that Jehovah will become our utmost identity.